I thought maybe it'd be quiet enough that you couldn't hear me open my soda, but I saw it move. So we're back on Caller X Malice now. I'm only going to play for about 2 hours. We'll see how far we get. My goal is to do 2 chapters, so if I get 2 chapters done, I'll stop earlier. We'll see. This one feels like it takes longer than other games. I'm a baby. I'm just a baby. The only real issue I have with this game is it literally doesn't have a skip. And that's all I've ever wanted. The important question is, what do I want to do? I'm trying to remember what was happening before this. I believe they were fighting. Goodness, I have to follow him. I stood up and ran out the office. Is she gonna die? That'd be funny. It hadn't been that long since Enomoto had left the office, but I couldn't see him anywhere. Calling Enomoto. I quickly took out my phone and tried to call him. He's not answering. I made up my mind, but that wouldn't mean anything if he was gone. I have to find him. I focused on looking at the shops and places he was likely to kill time at, but he's nowhere to be found at this rate. I felt guilty for interrupting him, but I called Yanagi, who was likely to know where Enomoto went. Hoshino, what's wrong? I'm sorry, but Enomoto left the office. Please tell me if you know where he might have gone off to. I see. He might be at the park. A park? Yeah, it's a park. The site is between our office and the police station. When the Enomoto goes out for no reason, he usually hangs out around there. Thank you. I'll check there. I hung up the phone and started running. As I neared the park, I saw a familiar figure's shape from behind. Enomoto? Why are you... Did you follow me? Yeah, there's something I must talk to you about. Sorry, but I've got nothing to say. Enomoto curtly dismissed my line of conversation and turned away. It's dangerous for a woman to be out this late. I won't walk you home, so be careful. Again and again, Enomoto refused to face his problems and turned away. He did it this time too. Please wait. I ran after Enomoto and grabbed his arm so that he wouldn't just escape. Hey, let go. No, if I do, you'll just turn your back on me again, won't you? So what if I do? It's none of your business. It's absolutely my business. I'm your partner, aren't I? I just said that in the heat of the moment. I just played along because you were so persistent. Never mind the details. I'm your partner now, so I can't just abandon you. I don't know if your pity is real or not, but you're such a compassionate police officer. I know that I may not be able to completely empathize with your pain, but when you're feeling unsure or afraid, I can be by your side, backing you up. I will never, ever betray you. I'm like Tangled. I forgot her name for a second. Rapunzel. You must be an idiot if you can believe those words. Enomoto tried to suddenly pull his arm free of my grasp, but I expected it and stubbornly held on. No, you can be expected to live while everyone knows all their no one can be expected to live while everyone knows all their secrets. That's why people lie. Maybe their greed gets the better of them. But I don't want you to decide that you can't trust anyone at all ever again.
なんでだよ。どうしてお前そこまでするんだ。
Why do you care so
俺
much?
なんていなくても構わないだろ。他に協力的な奴はたくさんいる。
Who cares what happens to me? There's plenty of other people you can work with. You are my partner, Enomoto.
いい加減にしろよ。
Get a grip.
俺はな、犯人と繋がってるかもしれねえお前をパートナーとは認めねえ。
I'll never accept you as my partner because you might be connected to the criminals. You're lying. Huh? You're not avoiding me because you're suspicious of me.
俺はお前がアドニスと繋がってんなら絶対許さねえって本気で思ってるぜ。
What exactly are you? I really mean it when I say I won't forgive you if you're part of Adonis. That part might be true, but you actually do want to believe that I'm innocent, don't you?
どんな根拠で言って。
And what proof do you have? It's not that you don't believe me, you're just afraid of being betrayed by someone you trust. I will never betray you. Even if it takes time, I will prove to you that I have nothing to do with those criminals.
どうやって。 口先だけならいくらだって言えるだろ。
Actually, let me see if it's bright enough. I can turn this off now. It's fine. It just hurts my eyes. Proof? How? Anyone can say that. I know, but I don't want to give up. I don't want to run from this fight for the form of justice that I uphold. I won't give up on you for.
バカみてえに一直線で。一度こうと決めたらテコでも動かねえ。
Sounds like a different person talking. An idiot with a one-track mind who doesn't give up once he's made up his mind.
佐竹さんにそう言われてた。それがお前の長所だ。
That's how Satake described me once, and he's the only thing you have going for you. And it's the only thing you have going for you.
鏡見てるみたいだ。昔の俺って。
It's like I'm looking in a mirror. You look like me a long time ago.
こと考えないで。ただ前だけをまっすぐ見てさ。
I didn't think about useless details and just focused on what was in front.
全力だった。
I tried my hardest at everything. Enomoto.
でっけえ声で呼び止めて。
It's happy now.
近所迷惑だっつの。
You're going to disturb the neighbors yelling at me like this. I'm sorry I couldn't help it, given the circumstances.
息せき切って突進してきたと思ったら腕離さねえし。
You ran after me, gasping for air, and now you won't let go of my arm.
お前ってほんとバカ。
You really are an idiot.
けど
What?
追いかけてきてくれたのは。
But I'm glad you followed
あり
me.
がとな。
Thanks. With that, Enomoto smoothly disengaged his arm from my hand. I quietly watched him walk away. As he left, he smiled sadly, as if recalling something from the past. Did any of my feelings make it through to Enomoto? If I could help him claw his way out of the depths of his despair, I would keep extending my hand to him, no matter how many times he brushed me off. I had renewed my determination. But did you? Side story, let's go. This is...
ずっと下げてきたってのに。なんでこんなとこ来てんだ。
I've always avoided this place, so how did I end up
こ
here?
の星野がああだこうだ言うからだ。あいつに関わってからろくなことがね。
Hoshino's gonna give me an earful. Nothing can come from working with her.
守りたい正義か。
The justice she wants to protect, huh?
俺もあんな風に燃えてたっけ。
Did I used to have that much passion?
誰だ。
Who's there? What? December 9th, 10 p.m. I'm late. I wonder if Kazuki ate dinner. As I worried about Kazuki, I saw him talking to an unfamiliar man when I arrived at the house.
それじゃあ、明日はスタジオで。
See you at the studio tomorrow.
楽しみにしてる。
Looking forward to it. I'm a little fat boy. I died last time I followed you. Where have I seen that man before? In any case, it wasn't appropriate for him to be hanging around a high school student this late. It'll be too late when something happens. I have to nip this in the bud now. Excuse me. Lee.
Who
Who are you?
こいつはですね。
She's I'm Kazuki's sister, Lee Hoshino. I introduced myself as Kazuki didn't seem like he was willing to. The strange man slapped his fist into his palm as if he had suddenly made a mental
そうい
connection.
えばアキトが、和樹にはお姉さんがいるって言ってたっけ？
That's right. I think that Akito mentioned something about you having an older sister, Kazuki. So he knows Akito too. But that doesn't make me feel better. This guy's even got lip piercings. Oh, the
は
shame.
じめまして。一色康弘です。和樹くんと一緒にバンドしてます。
A pleasure to meet you. I'm Yashiro Ishiki. Kazuki and I are in the same band. Oh, Mr. Ishiki. Akito had mentioned his name. He had been mistakenly arrested in the past. I'd never imagined that I'd bump into him like this. To think that Kazuki would actually know someone famous enough to be on TV. I couldn't tell from the distance, but now that I was close up, he was definitely the guy from TV. I believe he was introduced as the vocalist of Visual K band.
見せ物じゃねえんだからな。あんま一色さんのことジロジロ見るなよ。
Hey, this isn't a sideshow. Stop staring at Mr. Ishiki. I'm sorry, I just...
見られるのも仕事のうち。だから大丈夫。
Being watched is part of my job. Don't worry about it. His appearance was flamboyant, but Ishiki seemed to be a composed young man in person. So you're in a band, Kazuki. You could have just told me.
はあ？なんでいちいちお前に言わなきゃいけないわけ？興味ねえさ。
Rude. Hey, why do I have to tell you every single detail of my life? It's not like you care. That's
こ
not...
んな時だけ姉貴面すんだ。迷惑なんだよ。
Don't suddenly pretend to be my big sister. You're just annoying me. Kazuki was being unusually harsh. I couldn't think of anything to say to
和
him.
樹のお姉さん、
Miss Hoshino?
今度聞いて。
Yes.
和樹の演奏。すごくかっこいいから。
Come hear Kazuki play next time. He's really cool. Shiki smiled, and that seemed to alleviate the attention in the situation. Yeah, I'd like to see that sometime. Kazuki's eyes widened in surprise, but he immediately turned away again. Every time Kazuki goes out at night, he takes his guitar with him. I thought he was just having fun, but he was actually practicing in his band. That a professional was praising him was proof that Kazuki had been working hard. Mr. Ishiki, please take good care of
こちら
Kazuki.
こそお願いします。
I should ask the same of you. Thank you. Ishiki returned my sentiment, bowed politely, and left. He feels very mysterious.
香る。
He changes when he's singing. After that one comment in passing, Kazuki quickly went inside. Hey, don't leave me behind when we're in the middle of a conversation. I rushed after him. On the way in, I asked Kazuki if he was hungry. He quietly nodded. Thinking that he'd like something hot, I made... Oops. Kazuki ate in total silence with uttering a word. Our meals usually went this way, but now I knew about his band. I wanted to talk about that at least. Hey, Kazuki, what kind of music do you play with Mr. Ishiki? He's a visual K performer, so are you similar in style? All right, how old is he anyways? He's definitely not high school age. He couldn't attend school with that hairdo. When I rapidly asked all the
う
questions...
るせえな。
Shut up. Who cares? You don't have to talk to me like that. Dispirited, I recalled that Kazuki had complained to me before. You don't care about what I do. You just tell me I'm too loud. From Kazuki's point of view, I've been an obstacle to his pursuit of music. Of course, I never intended such a thing. I wanted to support him however I could. Kazuki continued to eat, unaware of what I was thinking. He looked like he just wanted to finish and get into his room as quickly as possible. Listen, Kazuki, I never meant to stop you from enjoying or pursuing your music. I only warned you when you were playing guitar because I didn't want you to disrupt the neighbors late at night. I'm not into music, but I know it's not every day that a pro acknowledges your skills. Maybe you think that I don't care, but we're family, you know? Of course I would be interested. Here, water! I handed Kazuki a cup of water and he downed it in one gulp. More coffee. Don't suddenly say weird things like that. Huh? Kazuki made an unpleasant face as he muttered quietly. Talking about being interested in stuff. It's so true. I've only seen him like 5 times in this game. Until now, you've never really asked me about what I'm doing. It's not just you either. Mom and Dad too. None of my family ever asked once. Not about what I'm doing or what I wanted to do. Kazuki didn't meet my eye, but his voice was gradually rising in volume. You tell me to stay home because it's too dangerous, then you tell me to stop practicing at home, and now you want to talk about family caring? Back in Niigata, our parents managed a boarding house. You're going to inherit this someday, Dad would often say to Kazuki. I came here to get away from Dad because he never shut up. To get away from Dad, that phrase shook me. Even though he was at a rebellious age, I always assumed that Kazuki would take over the family business, but he was talking as if, Kazuki, do you... Kazuki looked straight at me and said, I'm not taking over the family business. I want to pursue a career in music. Thanks for the food. Kazuki said that in a muted voice and then quickly retreated to his room. He always left without saying a word, and I realized that it had been quite some time before he'd even said as much as thanks. Why didn't I try to get to know Kazuki better earlier? He must have felt so frustrated and alone. Don't pretend to be my big sister, huh? It made sense that he'd say that. I'd been focusing on myself, never bothering to take an interest in Kazuki. No, it's still not too late. We can have a heart-to-heart. Really, at this hour? I took out my phone. There was an incoming call from Satake. It might be about the murders. I resisted the urge to talk to Kazuki first and answered the phone. This is Hoshino. Young lady, stay calm and listen to me. Enomoto? Eh? What happened to Enomoto? I never thought it would come to this. I think it's too late for Enomoto. Come over and hear his last words. His last... What do you mean? You'll understand when you get here. We're in Kabucho. I wrote down the location and ended the call. Enomoto. I contained my rampaging emotion and went to Kazuki's room. Kazuki, I just got a call from work. I'm going out. I hurried to the location that Satake had given me. Satake? Satake's strange manner had led me to assume they had been caught up in something serious. This doesn't look like the way I was expecting. I looked for a place indicated on the note. I started to recognize more of my surroundings. Then I saw a pub that Seki and I frequented. Huh? I wasn't in a panic when I first noted the address down, but now I realize that it was the address for the pub. What's going on? I gingerly entered and looked around. When I did, I found Enomoto sprawled out over a low table. Enomoto, pull yourself together. I rushed over to check whether he was alive. I can't drink no more. Eh? Enomoto was certainly alive and was in no immediate danger, but he was very obviously drunk. Where's Satake? Satake? Satake was nowhere to be seen in either the tatami room or the rest of the pub. I wonder what I should do about the passed out Enomoto.
こちらのお客様のお連れ様からこれを渡すように頼まれたんですが。
Excuse me, the customer who was with him asked me to give you this. I was handed a letter. Thanks. I accepted the letter and opened it. I invited him for a drink when I saw him so worried, but it went south. I'll let you take care of the rest. He's your partner after all. Eh? I thought some kind of tragedy had struck, but he had just gotten too drunk? This is insane. Mr. Satake-san, I can't drink no more. Done for. Enomoto didn't notice me. He smiled contently and moaned while lines spread out on the table. I can't just leave him like this. I'll have to take him back to the office. Can you hear me, Enomoto? We're going back to the office.
Okay.
Okay. For the after party. Wrong. Come on. Stand up. How about some sake next? Hot sake sounds nice. He was way too far gone. I just have to ignore him and drag him home. Come on, we're going home, Enomoto. Please try to walk. What? Alright, you got it. Behold, my ambulatory abilities. I don't know what he's saying. Enomoto leaned on my shoulder to stand up shakily and tried to go outside. Whoa. The world's all rumbly-tumbly. Is it the apocalypse? The world isn't ending. We're going home. I wanted to do more stuff before the end of the world. Now he's crying. While supporting the thoroughly intoxicated Enomoto on my shoulder, I called for a taxi. I mean, that does. I wanted to eat more ramen. You sure love ramen. Farewell, my lovely Los Angeles style miso butter sea urchin seaweed soy milk stew flavored ramen. That's one crazy ramen flavor. Taxi picked us up outside the pub and somehow we made it back to the office. Enomoto, can you walk? Yeah, of course I can. Up and auto. Enomoto tilted over and plopped down onto the pavement. Huh. That's not right. There should be someone in the office. Should I call for them? It's okay. I can get up. Nonetheless, my talking's all messed up. Was Enomoto currently sorry? Was Enomoto's current sorry state because of all the alcohol? Enomoto can't hold his drinks, huh? All right, I'll help you get there. So let's try standing up together. Yeah. I'm gonna conquer the world. He wasn't listening. Fine then. Enomoto almost lost his footing while traversing the stairs, but we finally managed to get into the office. That was weird. Not auto. Yanagi and Sasuke still aren't back. I have arrived at my castle. Enomoto? I only took my eyes off of him for a second, but he immediately charged headlong into a wall. Ow! Are you... That hurt! He seemed fine. Well, I'm kind of sleepy. Enomoto, you can't sleep on the floor. I'd brought him back, but now what was I supposed to do? Maybe if he slept on the sofa. Oh, wait, his bedroom area is in the next room. I think I'll take him there. Enomoto, we're almost there. Just hang on. I'm trying my best over here. Don't curl up into a ball. You're really heavy. I half drag Enomoto into the nearby bedroom area. Somehow, I managed to guide him to his bed. I breathed a huge sigh of relief. Phew, Enomoto, are you feeling better? Seaweed. I'm being attacked by seaweed. You can't eat anymore. Stop multiplying. He seems to be having some sort of nightmare, but he's probably fine by now. I'll be going home then. It had been nothing significant, but it still left me exhausted. I wondered what to do about leaving the door unlocked if I left, but Yanagi would probably be back soon, so maybe there wasn't a real need to worry. Just as I turned and quietly tried to leave so that I wouldn't wake Enomoto up, he suddenly bolted upright in bed. Whoa, scared me. What's wrong? It's kind of hot. Before I could stop him, Enomoto ripped off his jacket and then immediately started trying to strip off his shirt. Stop! It's the middle of December. You'll catch a cold. But it's hot. But you can't go to sleep this lightly dressed without a heater. When you drink alcohol, you only feel warm temporarily. You'll feel better if you just lay down for a bit, okay? Okay. Enomoto's hands fell away from the buttons as he was trying to undo and he laid back down. I should cover him with a blanket. Should you? I approached the bed. Enomoto's hands tugged at me, and then all of a sudden... I love body pillows. Enomoto, what do you think you're doing? Perfect. Hey, don't you fall asleep. I'm not a body pillow. I tried to extract myself from his grasp, but maybe because he was half asleep, he held onto me pretty tightly and I couldn't escape. Is that Hoshino I hear? It's me. I'm still here. I see. Enomoto, if you don't cut this out right now, I'm gonna get angry. Enomoto stirred and then looked at me while still hugging me. Come on, don't be mad. You're super cute when you're quiet, but you're still so feisty too. What? Hoshino, so cute, seriously cute, like an angel. Huh? It took me a moment to understand what he said. She's way too cute and hot. My head grew warm as he continued his dazed babbling. Okay, yeah, time to go home. I made up my mind and tried to squirm even harder than before. Why? What was happening? Enomoto was embracing me even tighter now. This was too much for even for a joke. I had to tell him more firmly. But then... I don't understand. Why? Sad little whispers. Somehow I knew exactly what he was referring to. His feelings about the murders, his feelings towards the killers, his feelings about his justice. I hadn't heard him express all his feelings yet. Perhaps they were far more pure than I'd realized, and that was only why they were too heavy for him to let go of. He had probably drunk himself into this stupor tonight to free himself from all those heavy feelings. Maybe I also had to accept him for who he was right now. I'm being used as a body pillow by a man, which is terribly embarrassing and demeaning. But if this helps Enomoto feel better, just for now then, just as I thought that... Enomoto suddenly stirred. The movement brought his face, well, he had positioned himself, so he was right up against my chest, and my heart began pounding rapidly. Enomoto, you're squirming a bit too. I mean, this is really quite embarrassing, so I managed to get them out. Hey. Huh? You smell nice. What? I want to feel it more closely. That was not the reply I was expecting. Closely? Closely? So he means... I raised a protest, but I wasn't able to wiggle free of his grasp. Enomoto moved slowly. And then... the office window opened. I locked eyes with Okazaki in the window. Sorry for interrupting. I screamed inaudibly, but Okazaki seized my situation up and didn't have a particularly strong reaction to it. So that's how you two are, huh? He nodded to himself. No, Okazaki, you see? It's fine. My lips are sealed tight, sealed like Velcro. That's not sealed very tight at all. Enomoto, please explain to Okazaki that this is all a misunderstanding. We're not... Need a hand? Please. Okazaki graciously helped me out of my humiliating bind. Enomoto must be a heavy sleeper because he never woke up. That was exhausting. I wanted all those heartbeats back, thinking that I went home. Side story. Ooh, 1 a.m. December 10th. Live House Blaze Shinjuku. Good luck at practice. The next countdown fast approaches. Are you prepared? An artificial, hated voice that grated on my ears. I hated secrets, so that's why I hated this fake voice. But I had to obey this person. The restraint around my neck killed my emotions. We have important business that day. Night is fine too. You just need to perform the task before midnight. It just needs to be that day. Thank goodness, I won't miss Hiro-kun's comeback concert. Him. It's fine to revel in your youth, but do not forget your convictions as an enforcer. I know, I'll do it. I don't want to lose my memories. I touched my restraint and thought back to that moment. I never experienced anything as fun in my life ever since. It was something that only I could do for the person I love. The truth filled me up. So I wanted to never forget it. There's no one in the world who's more perfect for Hiro than me. That's the power of love. That's why I can do anything. My next job had absolutely nothing to do with Hiro, but it would lead to a sparkling future for the both of us. let me be done with this already. I want to talk to Hiro after this concert. Another side story? Man, a lot of side stories in this one. I only wanted to protect my own justice. This violent, malicious world which oppressed the weak was so ridiculous. That is why I chose to act. Justice would never fall to evil. I decided that I would prove it myself with my own body. I believed that I could prove it, until the day came that all would be overthrown. Chapter 3. We're doing it. December 10th, 7 a.m., just a mere 6 hours later. Today I was off for the first time in a while. Normally I'd take that time off to stretch my wings and relax, but I touched my collar and sighed. Since I haven't made much progress in the case, I can't afford to relax on my days off. No new X-Day crimes have occurred since the fire on the 8th. However, we were inching closer and closer to X-Day. I still haven't heard from Enomoto. The more I thought about it, the worse I felt. No, I can't be depressed first thing in the morning. I finally have a day off, so I should do things that I can't do normally. One of them was talking to Kazuki. I want to be a musician. That was the first time Kazuki had been truly sincere with me in a long time. But I was called away right afterwards, so we hadn't had a chance to continue the discussion. I have plenty of time today. This is my only chance to talk to him. I gathered myself and went to Kazuki's room. Are you awake, Kazuki? I waited with no answer came. He doesn't have school, so maybe he's asleep. I'm coming in. I opened the door and peeked inside. Kazuki was sleeping soundly. I could hear his breathing. He's so cute when he isn't talking. I remember all the times when we played together before he became so caustic. If we can make up, I wonder if our relationship will return to the way it was. While reminiscing, I directed my attention back towards Kazuki. What? Kazuki sleepily blinked a couple of times and our eyes met. What are you doing in my room? Sorry, I knocked, but you didn't answer. That doesn't give you the right to barge in without permission while someone's sleeping. I said I'm sorry, so hey, I wanted to sit down and talk with you today. Talk? Whatever, just get out. I'm still sleepy. Wait, I want to talk. Like I care. Get out. But I said get out. Rude. How dare you go into a room where someone's asleep? I made him mad. I had knocked, but maybe it had been a mistake to enter when he didn't answer. But there was no reason for him to get that angry with me. He's not a morning person, my dear. I thought I'd finally taken a step closer to my brother, but reality wasn't so kind. In that case, I'll get ready for breakfast. I headed back into the living room. Who could it be this early? Yes, it's me. That voice, Enomoto. I opened the door and standing at the door, there he was. What's wrong, Enomoto? Well, his eyes are trembling. So what are you doing at my house? What? It's not like that. I'm not a stalker or anything. I just had business with you, so I asked Shirashi for your address. And I heard that you happen to have the day off, so calm down. I'm not scolding you. Oh, okay. I was curious about why Enomoto kept fidgeting, but I also wondered why Shirashi knew both my home address and work schedule. Yeah, this is Shirashi I'm talking about, so it's best not to dwell on it. Would you like to come in? No, not that. Why not?
今日ここに男としてけじめをつけに来たからだ。
Today, I'm here to man up and take responsibilities for my behavior. As he made that declaration, Enomoto dropped down onto both of his knees.
ゆうべは不埒な真似をして悪かった。
I'm sorry for my insolent conduct last night. He prostrated himself.
いや分かってる。こんなもんじゃ許されねえよな。
No, I know. I don't expect you to forgive me.
だから一発でも二発でも殴られる覚悟で来たんだ。さあ、人思いにやってくれ。
That's why I came here ready to take a punch or two to the face. Now bring it on. Enomoto raised his head, closed his eyes, and gritted his teeth. Wait a minute. Why do you want me to hit you?
遠慮すんな。俺は逃げも隠れもしない。煮るなり焼くなり、串刺しにでもしやがれ。
Don't hold back on my account. I won't run or hide. Boil me, grill me, or even skewer me if you want.
酔ってたからってあんなこと。弁解の余地なんてねえこと。
I know that being drunk was no excuse for my actions last night. Drunk. Ah. Enomoto was apparently kneeling because he was sorry for drunkenly taking advantage of me last night. Oof, that's not... Okay, that was... Well, I know you didn't have any bad
いや、
intentions.
お前に不埒なことをしたのは事実だ。このままじゃ、俺の収まりがつかねえんだよ。
No, it's the fact that I did something deplorable. I can't just let this lie. But you still don't have to kneel. You'll get your clothes all
構
dirty.
わねえよ。俺はお前に罵られても踏みつけられても文句言えねえんだから。
I don't care. I won't complain if you abuse or kick me. I won't do that. You've done enough. Please
い
stand
や、
up.
そうはいくか。
No, how could I? You came all the way here to apologize to me. I accept your apology. It'll just bother me if you stay there, so
それもそうだな。
I guess you're right. At long last, Enomoto relented and finally stood up.
あのな、マジで申し訳ねえんだけど、俺、記憶が曖昧でさ。
I seriously feel bad about it, but I don't really remember what
お前
happened.
に抱きついたのもおぼろげで、他になんかやらかしたりしてないか。
In the part where I hugged you is kind of hazy. Did I do anything else?
どうせなら。 おい、どうさ、お前、顔が真っ赤だぞ。
What's wrong? Your face is totally red. It's nothing. Don't tell me.
口ではとても言えないような。
Did I do
そんなこと
something
や
that
そんなことをしたん
was
じゃ。
utterly unspeakable? No, you didn't. Can we just stop talking about this?
思い出したくないくらいひどいことをしちまったんだ。
Was it so bad you don't even want to remember it? No. Fine, I get it. Do you really?
土下座や串刺し程度で肩がつく話じゃないのは分かった。
I know that kneeling or getting skewed isn't nearly a harsh enough punishment now. Huh?
上は責任を取って。俺がお前を嫁に。
It's come to this, so I'll take responsibility. Would you Everything is fine. I'm going to get angry if you don't knock it off.
待て、今の渾身のプロポ。
Did you just shoot down my proposal?
分かったよ。黙りゃいいんだろ。
This is where I need to shut up, right? Enomoto pursed his lips and looked timid. I feel bad, but I don't think my heart could take it if he brought it up again. God. What was that noise? Are you hungry?
少しでも早くお前に謝ろうと思って朝飯食わないで来たから。
I want to apologize to you as soon as possible, so I came without eating breakfast. He's a stickler for the strangest things. I'm going back.
ひとまず帰るわ。本当悪かったよ。
I'm going back. I'm really
昨
sorry.
日の
And
俺、相当面倒な酔っ払いだっただろう。なのにわざわざ事務所まで送ってくれて。
I got disgustingly drunk yesterday, didn't I? You had to take me all the way back to the office? Seriously, thanks. Not at all. You carried me to the office before, remember? We're even.
俺は男でお前は女なんだから、おあいこにはならないって。
I'm a man and you're a woman. We can't just be square.
いつか必ず返す。
I'll make it up to you one day.
朝っぱらから邪魔したな。じゃあ。
Sorry to bother you so early in the morning. Bye. I was about to start making breakfast. You haven't eaten, so would you like to have breakfast with us?
気持ちはありがてえけど、遠慮しとく。
I appreciate the offer, but I'll pass.
あんな迷惑かけといて、どんな面で朝飯なんて。
I caused a lot of trouble for you yesterday, so I couldn't possibly impose.
くそ、空気読めよ。黙れ腹の虫。
Damn it, stomach bugs. Learn to take a hint. Gah. Enomoto punched himself in the stomach, but apparently put too much force into it. Now he was doubled over, clutching his stomach. Are you okay?
おお。これぐらいなんともねえよ。
Yeah, this is nothing. It sure doesn't look like nothing. Breakfast will be ready soon, so please come inside and wait. But I said, if you don't, I won't forgive you for yesterday. Come right in. Enomoto stiffened, so I herded him inside. When I did, he seemed to resign himself and took off his shoes in the entrance. Here are vegetables. Oh, I need to wipe the table. I put down my knife, picked up dishcloth, and turned around. 3.1415926535.897993289793283846. What is he chanting? 3.14. Are those the digits for pi? 26383983259502841971693992502884191.
69399510582094
693993751058209749444.
どうした?
What's wrong? Oh, why are you reciting the digits in pi all of a sudden?
それは緊張を和らげるためにだな。
It helps me relax when I'm nervous. Nervous?
だってよ、女の家に上がるとか、その。
Oh, I've never been inside a woman's home before. Enomoto blushed and fidgeted while nervously looking away. Oh yeah, I'm a girl. That guy gets nervous around ladies. That's right. I recall what Shigawara told me. Though he was here out of remorse for his drunkenness yesterday now. You're adorable, Enomoto. What?
可愛いってなんだよ。俺は可愛くなんかねえし。
Who's adorable? I'm not cute.
可愛いって男に使う言葉じゃねえだろ。それ言うならお前の方が。
That's not a word you use for a man. I mean, you're cuter. No. He really is cute. I just wanted to pinch his cheeks. I can't. He has a hard time talking one-on-one or making eye contact, right? Maybe that was why Enomoto was suddenly acting so withdrawn. I quickly wiped down the table, doing my best not to look at Enomoto. When I went to bring food over to the table, I stole a glance at Enomoto. He had suddenly calmed down. Enomoto was examining a photograph that I had on a bookshelf. Sorry for staring at your stuff. I don't mind. This was taken at entrance ceremony in middle school. Kazuki and my parents were standing next to me in the picture. Is that you wearing the uniform in the center? You seem kind of down in this photo, pretty different than you are now. Well, back then I was more negative than I am now. Negative? Oh, you mean at school you... No, it wasn't because I was bullied or anything like that. Well, my little brother was very talented when he was young, and I was always compared to him. My parents didn't expect anything from me, and I had felt demeaning. But when I look back at it now, my parents might have burdened my brother with too many expectations. That was why Kazuki had never told any of us what he really wanted to do. I felt unworthy as an older sister for making him shoulder that burden. Sorry, I shouldn't have pried into your personal business. Oh no, as you can see, I'm not nearly as depressed as I was back then. That's for sure.
むしろ卑屈とは真逆じゃね
More
え
like the
か
complete
普通
opposite.
の女だったら
If you were a normal woman,
男でも逃げたくなるような
no, you're so
状況で
optimistic that it makes
前に
men
出て耐えてる
even
もんな
want to. What? If you were a normal woman, no, you're so optimistic that it makes men even want to run away from you. Are you saying I'm shameless?
ちげえよ褒めてんだよほんとすげえ強いし
No, it was a compliment. You're super strong. Cool. Thanks.
でも昔は違ったんだろなんか吹っ切れるきっかけでもあったのか
But used to be different? Did something happen to turn you around? Yeah, sometime after I entered middle school, I found a lost item and turned it to the police. When I did, the owner of the item was incredibly grateful.
ありがとう。本当にありがとう。あなたに拾ってもらって助かりました。
Thank you. Thank you so much. You saved me so much trouble. No, sir, I only did what anyone else
当
would
たり前の
do.
ことじゃないよ。恥ずかしい話だが、私はもうとっくにお金だけ抜き取られただろうと諦めてた。
Not just anyone. I'm ashamed to say it, but I had given up after I thought I was robbed.
このお金がなかったら、私は路頭に迷うところだったんだ。
Dang. I'd be out in the streets if you hadn't returned this to me. You saved me from that.
どうかその心を忘れないでください。あなたの優しさに
Please,
助けられた者が
never
そこにいる
forget that
ことを
compassion of yours. Don't forget that your kindness really saved someone today. Okay. Even I could be of help to someone. Even I could be a help to someone. I gained confidence that I could help the powerless. Maybe it was a small deed to anyone else, but that's what made me want to become a cop.
そっかその志がお前を変えたってわけだ
I see. Your conviction
些
changed
細
you.
なんかじゃねえよ俺が警察目指した理由よりよっぽど立派だぜ
It wasn't a small deed. I think it was much better than why I became a cop. What reason was that? Police dramas.
刑
Eh?
事ドラマ見て憧れたんだよ
I saw a police drama and decided to be a cop. Police drama, the unnamed TV show that Mineo Enomoto liked to watch. Sometimes the characters yell and shake their fist at the sun, get lost, etc.
あ今出せって思っただろ
God, you just thought I was lame, didn't you? No, I didn't do that. I just felt very much like you.
どういう意味だそれやっぱバカにしてんじゃねえか
What is that supposed to mean? You're just making fun of me. I'm not. It's rather pure. I think a straightforward reason like that is good.
いやどうも
Well, thanks. Sulking, Enomoto turned away and then pounded his hands in sudden recollection.
そういや玄関に男物のスニーカーがあったけどさあれって弟のか
Oh yeah, I saw some guy's sneakers in your doorway. Are those your brothers? Yeah, I live here with my brother Kazuki.
一緒に住むなんて仲いいんだな
Oh damn, don't say things like that. Wow, you must get along well if you live together. No, not really.
じゃまずいことだったが
Should I not have asked? He is at a difficult age.
もしかして反抗期ってやつ
He's all rebellious and stuff. Well, yes, he's a senior in high school, but he goes out all times, even though school is out. It's dangerous to be outside these days, but he doesn't listen when I tell him to stay
高
home.
3って遊びたい盛りだしなでもお前が心配すんのもすげえわかるぜ
High school seniors want to have fun, but your worries are totally
俺
understandable.
にも年の離れた妹が一人いるんだけどよやっぱ目が届かねえと心配だ
Our siblings could get together, and then we could get together, and then we could have a double wedding. Wow! All right, I have a sister who's who's a lot younger than me too. I'm worried because I can't take care of her. Eh? What? You're a big brother, Enomoto?
そこまで驚くことなくねどこからどう見ても頼りになるお兄ちゃんだろ
Is it that surprising? Anyone would think I'm a dependable big brother. It isn't that you don't seem like one. Am I or aren't I? So how old is your
今年
sister?
12歳になった 今小6でよ
Maybe
これ
not.
がまためちゃんこ可愛いのなんのって
She turned 12 this year. She's in 6th grade. You wouldn't believe how adorable she is. Enomoto certainly doted on his younger sister, given how bashful he was being.
俺は早くに上京して警察官になったからなかなか実家に帰る機会なくてさ
But ever since I ran off to Tokyo to become a cop, I haven't had many chances to visit my
もっと小
family.
さい時は俺の顔なんか合わない間に忘れちまうんじゃないかって 気が気じゃなくてな。
When she was younger, I was worried that she might actually forget what I look like since I was gone so often. You're really doting on your
そう
sister.
よ。だから実家にこれでもかってくらい写真を送りつけてるぜ。
Of course, I'm always sending tons of pictures to my
この
family.
イケメンなお兄ちゃんの顔を絶対に忘れないようにな。
I can't forget what her handsome brother looks like.
なんだよ。兄バカだって思ってんだろ。ま、そこは思う存分言ってくれていいぜ。俺にとっては褒め言葉
What's
だ
that
か
for?
ら
You
な。
think I'm some cheesy brother, don't you? Well, I'll take it as the greatest of compliments. Yes, I'm jealous that you get along so well.
しかしうちの妹はな、超可愛いからよ。
Yes. But my sister is super, super, super cute. I'm worried that guys will pester her. Enomoto's sincerely worried expression made him look like a father worried about his
男と
daughter.
女じゃ違うだろうけど、参考までに聞かせてくれ。
Boys may be different from girls, but feel free to ask me for kid advice.
お前のとこの弟ってどうだ？高校じゃモテたりする？
What about your little brother? Is he popular at school? Based on what I've heard from his friends, he seems like he's popular.
彼女とか連れてきたことは？
Seriously? Has he brought a girlfriend home? Not
け
yet.
どなんだよ。
So what's up? He doesn't talk about school, so even if he had someone like that, I doubt he'd tell me about it.
そっか。そういうケースもあるのか。
So there are cases like this too.
小学生でも彼氏いたりするらしいし、ひょっとして俺の妹も。
I heard that kids are couples in primary school sometimes now. What if my sister?
ダメだ。早すぎるぞ。お兄ちゃんは認めない。
It's too early. She's too young. Big brother won't accept this. Calm down. No one said that was the case.
そうだな。今度帰った時にそれとなく探り入れてみるわ。
Yeah, you're right. I'll have to investigate the next time I go back.
なんか焦げ臭くね。
Hey, is something burning? Ah, the grilled fish! Oh god. I ran back to the kitchen in a panic and checked on the grill. The surface of the fish was slightly blackened, but I could salvage it.
大丈夫だったか？
Is everything okay? Yeah, just a moment, please. I scrapped off enough of the burned bits so that it was presentable. Sorry, thanks for waiting. I carried a tray of rice, miso soup, grilled fish, fried eggs, and vegetable dishes to the table.
すげえ。ザ・日本の朝食フルコースじゃん。
Wow, traditional full Japanese breakfast. I hope it's to your
じゃ
liking.
あ早速いただきます。
Don't mind if I dig in. Enomoto picked up a pair of chopsticks and reached for the miso soup. He raised the bowl to his mouth and took a sip.
これは
This is... How is it?
うまい。
Delicious. Really?
マジですっげえうまい。味噌の濃さもちょうどいいし、具が大根とナスってのもいいな。
Really, it's seriously good. The miso's got the perfect consistency and the radish and eggplant garnish is great. I'm glad to hear you like it. I was worried that it wouldn't suit your palate.
合わないどころか、超ど真ん中で俺好み。
There's no way it wouldn't. In fact, it's exactly the way I like it.
この後に米なんて食べた日
Next
には
comes the rice. The rice is amazing.
日本人はやっぱ米だよな。うん。こっちの鮭は
Japanese people have to have rice. Now for the mackerel. It goes well with the rice.
米に合う。やべえ、飯が進むったらないぜ。
I'm gonna run out of rice. Would you like another helping?
の、頼む。
Yes, please.
なんか今のやり
It's
とり
back and forth.
なんでもねえ。忘れてくれ。
Forget I said anything. Okay.
まるで新婚っぽいなとか思ってねえし。落ち着け。浮かれるんじゃない、Enomoto Mineo。
Oh dear God. Like, I totally wasn't thinking we seemed like newlyweds. Calm down. Don't let her hear you. I'll bring another bowl. Just a moment. I picked up Enomoto's empty bowl and stepped away from the table. He's awfully happy. Kazuki never told me he felt about my cooking, so I was happy to hear some sincere, positive impressions of my food. He's eating so eagerly, he must really like it. He also has a hangover, shouldn't he? I scooped up a generous helping of rice and returned to Enomoto.
なんだこの卵焼きは。ふわふわでほのかに甘い。
What's with this egg? It's fluffy and sweet.
女子の作る卵焼きか。や 柳先輩が作るのもうまいけど一味違う。
So this is how a girl makes a rolled omelet. Yanaki makes a good one too, but it's different. Enomoto thankfully chewed each bite of his tamukoyaki. Enomoto, I have your second.
あ、サンキュー。
Thanks. I realized something when I handed the bowl to Enomoto. He's got rice on his face. How embarrassing. What a loser.
Huh?
Enomoto, there's a grain of rice on your cheek. What? Enomoto froze a bite of food halfway to his mouth. Just stay still. Huh? While Enomoto was bewildered, I reached out and removed the grain of rice from his face. There, got it. Enomoto?
自分で取れたのに子供じゃねえんだし。
I could have got it myself. I'm not a little kid. Sorry, was that rude of me?
いや、そうじゃなくて。
No, that's not it.
だって今のってさ、恋人にやってほしい100の事柄のうちの一つっていうか。
Because, well, that's one of the 100 things I've always wanted my lover to do for me. Lover.
違うぞ。本に載ってたんだ。断じて俺がやってほしいことじゃない。
I mean, I read it in a book. It's definitely not what I personally want.
静まれ俺の心臓。
Be still, my beating heart. Enomoto was being shifty again, but after a while he resumed eating. He seemed to pointedly avoid eye contact again, however.
食った食った。ごちそうさん。
Whew, I'm stuffed. Thanks for breakfast. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
どれもこれもうまかった。おかげで満腹。
Everything was so tasty. That was satisfying. The moment he finished speaking those words, Enomoto suddenly paled.
謝りに来たはずなのに。何おかわりまでしてるんだ俺。
I came here to apologize. Now I'm asking for seconds? I chuckled as I watched him clutch his head in his shame. Enomoto, please don't make that face. As a cook, I'm very happy that you enjoyed my food. Oh,
本当か。
really? Yes. Not only did he give me his impression, he ate it all without leaving a single grain of rice. Please come over again if you'd like.
お前、そういうこと言うと本気
Are
にす
you
るからな。
seriously saying that? Yes, I'm being serious.
マジかよ。またこんな贅沢な思いできちゃうのかよ。
I get to experience such decadence again? You're
い
flattering
や、
me.
本当に贅沢だって。毎日こんな飯が食えるなんて、お前の弟って幸せ者だよな。
It's really a luxury. Your little brother must be blessed to be able to eat like this every day. Then a door in the living room suddenly opened.
非番の
Okazuki,
日に男連れ込むとか、よくやるよな。
bringing a guy over on your day off? Nice. Ah.
おい、ちょっと待て。なんか勘違いしてるみてえだけどな。
Hey, wait, I think you're getting the wrong idea. Enomoto walked over and stood in front of Kazuki.
星野は腹を空かせた俺を見かねて、飯を恵んでくれただけだ。
Hoshino saw that I was hungry and was kind enough to offer me breakfast.
どこの捨て犬だよ。
Where'd you pick this stray dog up from? Kazuki, don't be rude.
朝からうるさくて、いい迷惑なんだよ。
He's got a lot of nerve to be this loud this early. Don't talk like
Huh?
that.
俺は事実を言っただけだろ。
I'm just stating the truth.
星野、待った。
Wait, Hoshino. Enomoto gestured at me and then turned to
うるさか
Kazuki.
ったのは俺が騒いだせいだからな。そのことについては謝る。
It's my fault for being so loud. Sorry about that. My bad. Enomoto dipped his head in
謝られ
apology.
ても困るんだけど。
Now you're just making me uncomfortable.
いや、悪いもんは悪い。ここは筋を通さねえと。
Nope. I'm taking
それはね。
responsibility for my mistake. I've gotta make it right, but
姉ちゃんに当たるのは筋違いだ。
you shouldn't blame your sister. Kazuki's expression abruptly changed and he glared furiously at
あんた
Emoto.
何なんだよ。俺に説教でもするつもり？
Who the hell are you? Are you trying to lecture me?
そんなんじゃねえけどさ。ちょっと風当たり強すぎねえか。二人っきりの兄弟ならもう少し。
No, but aren't you being too harsh on your sister? If you live together, you should be
うっ
more.
ざ。もういい。
Shut up. Whatever. Kazuki slipped past Enomoto and started for the door. Wait, Kazuki? Do you have brand paxes today?
どうでもいいだろう。こんなとこにいたんじゃ。
Who
気
cares?
が休まらない。
I can't relax in this place. Yesterday, I'd learned that Kazuki really wanted. I thought that our relationship might be mending, but in reality, things don't go that smoothly, huh? I'll head out then. You can stay home, Kazuki.
は
Huh? Please come with me, Enomoto.
お前。
You. I picked up my coat and tugged on Enomoto's arm.
おい。いいのか。
You sure? It's fine. Once Enomoto and I had left the house, I stopped tugging on his arm. I'm sorry you had to see that.
それはいいけどさ。
No, it's
お前
fine.
と弟っていつもあんななのか。
Is your little brother always like that? Yes, but I'm responsible for Kazuki becoming that way. So I don't think it can be helped that he acts that way right now.
仕方ない。なんかお前らしくねえな。
It can't be helped. That doesn't sound like you.
弟のこと、本当にこのままでいいって思ってるのか。
Do you really think it's fine for your brother to stay that way? Of course I did, and especially now that I knew Kazuki's true
その感
feelings.
じじゃ
You look
諦めたってわけじゃなさそうだな。
You look like you don't want to give up on your brother. Enomoto looked at the sky, a pensive expression on his face.
よし、ちょっと歩こうぜ。
Okay, let's take a walk.
いいからいいから。ほら行くぞ。
Don't worry about it. Come on, let's go. Before I could give him a response, Enomoto began walking. One second. My sister just walked in here and turned the light off. Okay. It's a habit, and yet she leaves the bathroom light on. I don't understand. All right, before I give him a response, Enomoto began walking. Wait for me. I chased after him. Nope. In the evening, I often come to pubs here with Seiki, but it feels strange walking here in broad daylight with
不思議
Enomoto.
なもんだよな。
Felt weird, doesn't it? Eh? Enomoto gave voice to the very thing I'd been thinking. He had a blank expression on
なん
his
だ
face.
どうした
What's wrong? I was also thinking that it felt kind of strange to be walking with you through this area.
心の中読まれたとでも思ったのか。白石さんじゃあるまいし、できねえって。
Did you think I read your mind? I'm not Chirashi, so I can't do that. I know, right?
まあでも、すげえ偶然だな。俺も全く同じこと考えてた。
I guess that's an odd coincidence. I was thinking the same thing.
聞いたかもしれねえけど、警察辞めてからの俺って無気力でさ。
You might have heard this already, but I've been feeling out of it ever since I quit the
柳先
police.
輩がせっかく声かけてくれたのに、全然捜査なんかしねえし。
Even after Yanagi kindly hired me, I haven't had any progress in my
あの事
investigation.
務所に俺はいてもいなくても変わらないんじゃねえかって、やけになってた。
It's painfully obvious that the office would be no different without me. Enomoto looked up at the sky and
こう
squinted.
心の中でめちゃめちゃ燃えてた炎が跡形もなく
It's like
消え
I've
ちまったみ
lost
てえでさ。
my apologies. It's like I've lost all traces of the fire that used to burn
もう二
inside
度と
me.
火なんてつかねえだろうし、それならそれでいいかってどっかで思ってた。
And it probably won't ever come back. I don't think it's a good thing. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but Enomoto suddenly stopped and looked at me.
俺がどれだけ逃げても拒んでも、お前はまっすぐ俺にぶつかってきた。
No matter how much I ran or pushed you away, you always just butted right up
な
against
んで
me.
ここまでするんだ。いい加減引き下がれよって何度も思ったけど。
There were so many times where I wondered why you bothered. I wanted you to leave me
一
alone.
歩も引かなくて正直参った。
You never backed down. Frankly, you beat me. I'm sorry, but I really believed that I couldn't abandon you. I don't have skills or experience, so all I could do is give it my all.
なんつうか今になって佐竹さんの気持ちが分かった気がする。
I think I know what Sadake feels
ぐだ
now.
ぐだ悩んでる俺なんかよりパートナーのお前の方が男らしいなんてな。
My partner is far more honorable than me, and I'm exhausted and wallowing in self-pity.
男の中の男になるとか張り切ってた俺の立場がねえじゃんか。
I really have no right to talk about being a man amongst men and all that. You should say that. You shouldn't say that, Enomoto, did you just call me your partner? I did. So you've accepted me as your partner?
まあ新人にしてはなかなかのガッツだったからな。
Well, you definitely got a lot of guts for a rookie. He was speaking bluntly, but I could tell that Enomoto was doing so to try and hide his
つう
embarrassment.
かお前にあそこまでさせといてまだ逃げてたらかっこ悪すぎるだろ。
Besides, it's just way too lame of me to keep running away from you like that. Enomoto, I've been wondering whether or not my words had gotten through to him. And it looks like they did.
おい星野
Hoshino? I'm so glad everything I've been doing up to this point wasn't just in vain. I feel like I'm gonna cry.
あなんで泣く
Why? It's all your fault.
待て待て今までぶつかってきてた強さはどうした
Wait, what happened to all that spunk? This is a different situation. I was always worried that you would never trust me and always treat me like a pest, run away, or wouldn't listen to me no matter what I said.
不安にさせたのは悪かった。
Sorry for making you feel that way.
このままなし崩しにパートナーになるのはよくねえよな。
I guess I can't pay back our partnership in installments. That wouldn't be
よ
right.
しけじめをつけよ
Okay, let me set the record straight. Set it straight?
う。ああ女のお前が体張ってくれたんだ。俺も心意気ってもんを見せなきゃならねえ。
Yeah, you're a lady and you worked hard for me, so I gotta show you my spirit. I braced myself for whatever was coming. Enomoto nervously opened his mouth and said,
パートナーになってください。お願いします。
Hoshino, please be my partner. Please? He stuck out his right hand at me. So this is how Enomoto rectifies things. Actually, I wanted to take his hand right away, but this feels uneven. To join Enomoto, he was originally working these cases. I relentlessly pursued him and even clung to him so that he wouldn't shake me off. When I considered him how desperate I had been by comparison, I felt like I needed to tease him a little.
星野、この体勢のまま放置って辛いんだけど。
No, it's kind of hard to hold this pose. Oh, sorry. Did you want an answer? Just make sure we're at. Oh goodness. Oh dear. No. What? Isn't this a little too easy considering I don't think you're being serious enough?
いいだろ
Fine.
う。そこまで言うなら、この榎本峰夫様のハイパー本気モードを見せてやるぜ。
That's what you think, then it's time to show you the great Mineo hyper serious mode. Enomoto took a step back and then dropped to one knee.
俺とパートナーになってください。
Lee Hoshino, would you be my partner? Oh dear. He shouted loud enough to rattle all of Kabucho. Enomoto,
よろ
wait,
しくお願いします。
please.
やだあの子かわいい
Oh my gosh, she's so
若いって
cute.
いいわね
It's so nice to be young. Declaring his love in the middle of Kabucho? I suddenly looked around. We had attracted the attention of literally everybody nearby. Hoshino, Enomoto. Our eyes met and we nodded at each other. Tactical retreat. Yes, sir. All right, let's load that one back up because it didn't say the love went up. Say it one more time. Could you say that one more time? Again? That last please didn't really feel like it had enough spirit in it. I feel like I'd be selling myself short if I just shook your hand after that. Well, how about that? But I'd disgrace my samurai honor if I retreated. I'll put more spirit into it this time. Get ready. Took a step back and then dropped one knee. Alright, we ran like our lives depended on it, hounded by a chorus of cheering voices. I put some serious effort into my run, enough to keep up with Enomoto and the former field ops officer. I know I shouldn't have tried to rub it in like that. I had paid the price for my deeply regrettable decision. December 10th, 1 p.m. It's 5 hours later. Oh gosh, I can't do math right now. Though it had been humiliating to do so in public, I had finally become Enomoto's partner. When I told Sadake, he asked me to stop by field ops.
Oh, Ojo-chan. Hiban datte no ni yobidashite warui na.
Hey, young lady. Sorry to call you here on your day off. That's all right. I didn't have anything urgent to do today.
しかし、あのEnomotoがお嬢ちゃんをパートナーと認めるとはな。
I see. Still to think that Enomoto would take you as his partner. I still don't know exactly what I can do to help him, but if Enomoto has the conviction to face the murder cases, then I want to stand with him. To do that, I need to know more about the circumstances of Fuji's death.
あんたならそう言うと思ってたぜ。だからここに来てもらったんだ。
I figured that you'd say that. That's exactly why I had you come here. Sadake reached over and picked up a file from his
5月
desk.
の X デー事件の捜査資料だ。藤井が殺された状況についても載ってる。
These are the May X Day investigation files. It has the exam records of Fuji's death, too. I had discussed the murder before and examined the video statement, but this is my first time getting a real in-depth breakdown of a crime scene. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little afraid, but Enomoto had been the one to find Fuji's corpse first. I have to know this if I wanted to understand Enomoto's pain. Are you sure you should be showing me this? Yeah. Of course. I gratefully took the file from Sadake and I opened it. There was a picture of upended chairs, fresh bloodstains, and a Roman numeral painted on the wall for 8. The shock made me want to look away, but I pushed it through and carefully examined the photo. The points of interest in this picture are the Roman numeral. A Roman numeral, a hallmark of the X-Day crime, was written on the wall. There's something odd about the Roman numerals and the blood stain on the ground.
ああ、それな。拡大した写真がこれになるんだが。
Yeah, about that. This is what it looks like zoomed in. It was difficult to tell from the earlier image, but the detail stood out up close. It looks like it was written in blood. Is that okay?
鑑定の結果、この文字は藤井の血で書かれたものだった。
According to forensics, the number was written in Fuji's blood. I couldn't help but react when I heard that piece of information.
拉致したってのに、他の3人の血は使わなかった。
There were 4 captives, but the blood of the others were not used.
このことから、犯人は藤井に対して並々ならぬ恨みを抱いていたことが分かる。
From this, we can infer that the criminals held a particular grudge towards Fuji. This Roman numeral, an indicator which serves as a countdown to X Day, should be an important symbol to Adonis. But if the culprit had gone as far as to write it with Fuji's blood, that indicates obsession. Perfect. This was taken when the scene was found, correct? The light coming from the curtains. But on the video, the area was dimly lit. So was it recorded at night? Also, the atmosphere seems different somehow.
お、鋭いね。現場の特定が困難だったのはお嬢ちゃんも知ってるだろう。
Oh, you're sharp. You know we had some time pinpointing the crime scene, right? Yeah, that's why they found the body so
時
late.
間帯の問題じゃなくてな。動画で使用されていたカーテンは色味や材質が違うものだった。
The problem isn't the time of day. The color of the material of the curtain in the video is different.
それだけじゃない。動画から推測される部屋の広さも実際のここの間取りとは違ってた。
And that's not all. The dimensions of the rooms don't match the scene in the video either.
特定を遅らせるために動画自体を加工したんだろうな。
I figured the video was probably designed to slow down the investigation that's common. I see. Do the bloodstains on the ground belong to Fuji and the other three captives?
なあ、ここの血痕は死ぬほどの量じゃねえが、かなり痛めつけられたのは間違いない。
Yeah, it's not enough blood to die of blood loss, but they were clearly dealt a lot of
次のペー
punishment.
ジには、藤を発見した時の写真が載ってる。
The photo on the next page was taken when we found Fuji.
無理してまで見ろとは言わねえが、第一発見者の榎本が見た光景と同じだ。
I'm not forcing you to look at it, but it's exactly what
遺
Enomoto
体の
saw.
状態からわかることもあるからな。覚悟があるなら見てみな。
You can learn things from the state of the body. Take a look if you're ready. I have to face this no matter how gruesome it is, and I need to know this for Enomoto's sake. I steeled myself and turned the page. I tried my hardest to keep from crying out when I looked down at the photo. This man is Fuji, Enomoto's superior, whom he looked up to. I didn't know what to say when I saw the corpse shot through the chest. Someone he respected was killed in this manner, and he was the first to find the
藤
body.
は心臓を撃たれて即死だった。
Fuji died of a gunshot wound to the heart.
動画じゃ着ぐるみの頭をかぶせられて拘束されてたんだが、
The video showed them restrained with cartoon masks on
そ
their
れらが
heads.
全て外された状態で、藤は壁に寄りかかるように死んでたんだ。
Fuji's body was found leaning against a wall wearing none of that. So you're saying that he was able to move around on his own?
犯人からしたら、花から藤を逃がすつもりなんてなかったんだろうな。
Yeah, the criminals probably never intended to let him escape. They freed him to give him hope before executing him. How cruel. Corpse has been added to material. Chair on the side. The four captives were bound to these chairs, right?
ああ、椅子についていたのは少量の血痕のみで、遺体を引きずるようなことはしてねえ。
There's only a small amount of blood splatter on the chairs, so the bodies weren't
つまり
dragged.
藤井を椅子から動かしたのは犯人じゃなく、藤井が自分の足で動いたってわけだ。
In other words, Fuji wasn't moved from his chair by the criminals, he walked by himself. So Fuji was conscious and moving around before he was killed. Fuji was undoubtedly afraid, not knowing when he would die. I can relate to that a bit. I felt my collar through my shirt and looked down. Chair on the side, different chair. I've seen this before, I should look somewhere else. What? Bloodstain, bloodstain. Is this a different bloodstain? I've seen this before. I should look somewhere else. Okay, bite me. Yeah, have you seen that before? do. I looked everywhere from my understanding. Wall. There's something on this wall.
それじゃ分かりにくいだろ。こっちを見てみな。
It's hard to see, yeah? Look at this. Sadake showed me a picture of what looked like multiple bullet holes. These were determined to be from a firearm. The May video showed the captives being shot one by one.
動画ではあえて一人ずつ殺したように見せかけたんだろうさ。
He altered the video to show us what they wanted
し
us
か
to
し
see.
実際はそうじゃない。あの動画の時点じゃまだ藤井は死んでなかった。
What happened in reality was different. When the video was shot, Fuji wasn't dead yet.
藤井の遺体のそばには複数の銃痕が残されていた。
There were multiple bullet holes around Fuji's
最
body.
後は心臓を撃ち抜かれて即死だったが、それまで犯人はわざと致命傷を与えず、
He
藤井
didn't-
をじわじわ痛めつけながら殺したってことだ。
He died instantly from the wound to his heart, but until then, the perps tortured him by shooting him non-lethally. Oh
この
my.
事件の中でもここま
I
で
assume
殺し方に特徴があるのは
That
珍しい。
since he was the only body recovered, one of the other
犯人の
ones
強い
is
意
one of
志
these
を
guys.
感じるからな。
One of the leaders. The MO for each X-Day crime so far has been unique and unusual. You can sense a powerful will from the perp. Bullet holes. Once I'd looked through the entire file, and the perpetrator's brutality is what stood out to me. Had I tasted how unbearable Enomoto pains must have been, I felt like I'd only scratched the surface. I can't believe that the party responsible has yet to be charged and is still at large somewhere in Shinjuku.
どれだけ時間が経っても風化させねえ。俺たちは追い続けなきゃならねえん
But
だ。
they can't run forever. We'll root them out.
でねえとは藤井が浮かばれねえよ。
Fuji won't rest in peace until we do. I think I'm going to go and speak with Enomoto now. Do you know of anyone who held any grudges against Fuji? Did anything stand out to him at the scene of the crime? I think there was still things you can learn from him since he was close to Fuji and the first to discover the
それ
body.
がいいだろうな。今のあいつならきっと口を閉ざしたりはしない。
That's a good idea. The way he is now, I don't think he'll clam up like before. Yeah. I nodded and took out my phone. Enomoto probably wants to capture the killer who's worse than anyone. And now I think I can understand his feelings more than I would before. I wanted to help, but help not just to remove the collar from my neck, but simply as part of my obligation as a police officer. I truly felt that. Side story. Mineo.
柳先輩、また現場回ってたんですか？
Yanagi, are you going to a crime scene?
ああ、8日に起きた焼死事件のだ。一度見ておきたくてな。
Yeah, I should take a look at the scene of the arson murder from the 8th.
それ警察内部じゃもう容疑者絞れてるってタケルが言ってたけど。
Takeru says there's a rumor of a mole in the police station.
近いうちに逮捕に踏み切るだろうな。
I have a feeling they'll probably make an arrest soon. I see.
柳
Hey,
先輩。
Yanagi. Yep.
その朝は理由も話さずに飛び出したりしてすみませんでした。
I'm sorry for running out this morning without explaining why.
気にするな。少し前に岡崎が来て、おおよその事情は聞いた。
Don't worry about it. Okazaki came by earlier and told me what happened.
聞いたってどこまで？
Say what? What exactly did he
お
tell
前
you?
が泥酔して、星野を襲おうと。
You got blackout drunk and then you assaulted Hoshino?
ああ、違うっすよ柳先輩。確かに酔っ払ってましたけど、間違いは犯してないはずです。
That's not what happened. Surely I got a little sauce, but I didn't commit a crime,
まあ
really.
言ってる。いくら酔っていても、お前は無責任なことはしな
I
い。
know. You aren't that irresponsible.
柳先輩。
Yanagi,
そこまで俺のこと信用してくれてるんですね。
I'm touched that you have so much faith in me.
岡崎も、奥手なお前が酒の力で星野をどうこうできるはずはない。
He also said that Hoshino was utterly helpless against your drunken strength.
違う意味で信用されてね。大 俺だってやるときはやれるんですよ。
Now your distrust in me is in a different way. I can perform well in counts, okay?
それで実際にやっていたらアウトだろう。実刑者だぞ。
You'd get thrown in jail if you actually followed through with that.
そういう意味じゃなくて。くそ、岡崎も勝手なこと言いやがって。
That's not what I meant. Damn, Okazaki, just saying whatever he wants.
岡崎はさておき、お前が血相を変えて飛び出していったのは
Never mind, Okazaki. You ran out the door to apologize to Hoshino, didn't you?
同じ事件を追うことになってからも連携が取れていなかったようだが。
Doesn't seem like she's contacted you even though you're working on the same case.
そのことなら大丈夫です。だいぶ時間はかかっちまったけど。
We're fine on that front. It took some time, but
ちゃんと事件と向き合うって決めました。
I finally decided I need to face up to the murders.
どんだけ苦しくても、俺はもう逃げねえ。目の前の問題から目を背けちゃいけない。
I won't run anymore. No matter how much it hurts, I have to shoulder the problems before me.
必ず星野と二人で事件の真相を暴いてみせます。
So Hoshino and I are going to burst open these crimes together.
そうか。
Bust?
ようやくスイッチが入ったんだな。
Ah, alright. Looks like you're finally flipping the switch.
すみませんでした。柳先輩にはずっと
I'm sorry I made you worry for so
ただ
long.
のお荷物になっちまってたのに、ここに置いてくれて、追求しないでずっと待っててくれた。
And you let me stay here even though I was just dead weight. You waited for me to finally get to work.
本当に感謝してます。かけまくった迷惑や受けた恩は
I'm truly
行動
grateful.
で返します。
With my actions, I'll repay you for the trouble I've caused and the debt I owe you.
俺が知ってる昔のお前の目だ。
Good,
もう
those are the
心配
eyes
す
I
る必
remember.
要はないな。
I don't have to worry anymore. Yes, sir.
お前の実力は佐竹さんの折り紙
Satake
付き
is
だ。
vouch for your talents. Hoshino's new to the investigating, so help her out.
任せてください。いや、この俺がパートナーなんて、星野は運がいいですよ。
Leave it to me. Is Hoshino lucky to get me as a her partner or
俺さ
what?
えいれば、弁慶になぎなた、一騎当選。ともかく最強っすから。
Like Ben K and his halberd, I'm worth 1,000 min. We're the strongest combo.
自信を取り戻したのはいいが、あまり調子に乗りすぎるなよ。
I'm glad you've got your confidence, but don't let it get to your head, alright?
わかってますって。
Don't I know it?
と、メールだ。すみません。ちょっと失
Oh,
礼します。
a text. Sorry, I gotta check this.
榎本、どうした？
Enomoto, what's wrong?
ああ、いや。星野が事件のことで話し合いたいみたいなんで行ってきます。
It looks like Hoshino wants to talk to me about the case. I'm going out.
あ、今日の夕食は約束してたラーメン作りますから、楽しみにしててください。
But I'll make the ramen that I promised for dinner. Look
そ
forward
んじゃ
to it.
また夜。
See you tonight.
じゃあまあ、どけ。
You're in the way. Move it.
んだよ。相変わらず機嫌悪いな。
You're always in a bad mood,
お
man.
前は相変わらずのお天気だな。ラーメンなんか作ってる暇あんの？
And you're always an airhead. Do you even have time to be making
た
ramen?
けるも悪かったな。
I'm sorry, Takeru.
は
Huh?
俺ずっとうだうだしててさ。見ててイラつくのも当たり前っつうか。
I've just been dead weight up to this point. I know why you'd be mad at me.
頭でも打ったのかよ。それとも変なもん拾い食いしたか？
Did you get a concussion? Or maybe food
ち
poisoning?
げえよ。俺、もう逃げねえから。
No, I'm not gonna run away anymore.
自分のために事件に向き合う。ちゃんとここで役にも立つ。それ言っとこうと思ってさ。
I'm going to face the cases for myself. I'm going to be useful here. I just wanted to tell you
あ
that.
っそ。
Fine.
あっそってお前。
Fine! You
俺には
jerk.
関係ないし、バカ一人がやる気になったからって、目に見える成果がなきゃ意味ね。
Not my problem. If you're feeling like doing your job, then show us some real results.
ああ、バカは一人じゃねえか。ま、バカとバカがくっついたところで、なんか変わるとも思えねえけどな。
Oh, that's right. There's more than one idiot here. Well, it's not like I expected anything to change when the blind leads the blind.
お前な、人の一大決心をそういう風に。
Man, don't be like that when someone's trying to...
榎本、笹塚はあれでもお前を気にかけてたんだぞ。
Enomoto, Sasuke is concerned for you in his own way.
柳さん。
生還して
Yanagi.
いた俺に対してそれでいいのかって何度も言ってきた。 お前を放っておけなかったからだ。
I just watched you quietly, but he always asking you, are you sure? Because he couldn't leave you
気
alone.
がなゴロゴロしてるニートが視界にちらつくだけでうざかったんだよ。
Just pissed me off having to constantly see a deadbeat around the office all day.
潤んだ目で見るんじゃねえ。気色悪い。決めたんならさっさと行動に移せ。
Don't get all teary-eyed. You're making me sick. If you've made up your mind, then get going.
おう、
Yeah.
ありがとな、タケル。
Thanks, Takeru.
俺に迷惑だけはかけんなよ、単細胞。
Just don't cause trouble for me, you protozoan.
了解。じゃ、今度こそ行ってきます。
Heh, Roger that. Off I go then. All right. Sadake had shown me the files on Fuji's murder case, so I wanted to hear as much about the situation from Enomoto himself immediately as he found it. He replied quickly. Got it. I just left the office, so let's meet up at the park on the way to Shinjuku Police Station. He'd ignored my earlier texts, but now he was responding to them promptly. I shouldn't bother Enomoto too much about his thoughts on Fuji, but he resolved himself to talk to me. I have to be upfront with him too. How did Enomoto feel about the April and May cases? Knowing this would be my first real step as his partner, I thought if he's leaving from the office, then I should arrive first. I should review what I know about the case before Enomoto arrives. I stopped in my tracks, startled by a gunshot. Was that just... Don't tell me, not another X-Day attack. I suppressed my emotions and called Mochida. The 1 minute and 1 second it took him to answer the phone felt like an eternity. That is an eternity. Didn't expect to hear from you on your day off. What's up, Hoshino? My reply to Mochida, typically easygoing mood, was urgent. I'm near Kobuchu Block 1 right now. There's been a shots fired. What? Mochida, we just got several reports of gunshots. From Kabucho? The witnesses reported a dispute between 2 male students at Koto Mine High School. Shots confirmed from a government issue weapon. We pulled up serial number and user, no previous crime history. If it's a government issue weapon, then it shouldn't be the work of Adonis. Maybe this is unrelated to X-Day. No, we can't rule that out yet. I'm sorry, but like there's a yeah, send investigators, regardless. Anyways, it certainly needs to be checked out. Send investigators to the scene immediately. Someone had actually fired a shot. There was a possibility of fatalities. I'm worried about the students. I'm heading there on foot first. Got it. Backup is en route. Listen, Hoshino, stand by until we get there. Don't be reckless. Yes, sir. I ended the call and headed towards the gunshots. I think it was around here. Hey, don't push me. We'll be in trouble if they spot us. Can't really see from here. Can we get a little closer? What are those girls doing? I approached 2 girls shoving each other to get a better look at an alleyway. Hey, you too? You scared us. Hey, lady, did you hear the gunshots too? Gunshot. A guy from our school got cornered by some shady-looking guy over there. One of them has a gun. He looks super scary. It's the guy who shot me in a different life. You two need to get out of here. It's dangerous. No, but something exciting might happen if it's Adonis. Yeah, you're curious too, aren't you? I'm a police officer. Wait, seriously? Their skeptical girls seem to finally believe me once I flashed my police notebook. We don't know why the gun was discharged, so you might be in danger if you stay here. I've already called for backup. Leave the rest of the officers. Well, we might miss out, but we don't want to die either. Their curiosity still unsatisfied, the girls walked back to the main street. Once I made sure they were gone, I stepped into the alleyway. That's a lot of work just to get into the alley. I cautiously advanced until I saw a uniformed boy being pushed against a wall. The assailant is... There was a man keeping the boy pinned against the wall while another armed man was talking. They seemed to be in their early 20s and both looked like street thugs. Reporters are undoubtedly about them. I started to contact Mochida while not taking my eyes off the man with the gun. Cut the crap, kid! Hand over your money! This man with the gun pointed at the student and shouted, You wanna die, punk?
僕本当に持ってないんです。
I really don't have any money.
てめえがいいとこの坊ちゃんなのは。
What? I know you're a rich kid. Ow! The more the student human. The more the student struggled, the tighter the man twisted his arm. Help! No one's coming for you, dumbass. Is there really nothing I can do except watch them hurt the boy? I knew how dangerous it was to face an armored opponent, but I'm done with this. I'll just make it so you can't move, then we'll take your money. Just as the man put his fingers to the trigger, I leapt in sidearm in hand. Halt! What? Police? Let the boy go and surrender. The hell? You think you're some kind of bad cat ass? You're not shit. Move and I'll shoot. I trained my sights on the man who was training the boy. The man I was aiming at was intimidated, but the other sneered. Do you understand the situation here? We've got this, punk. Help me! Far from surrendering, the gunman now took the student as his human shield. Mess with us and I'll blow this sucker's brains out. Try me if you want to see him die. Ain't no skin off my back. The man had already fired once, so it didn't seem like he was bluffing. Well, he didn't shoot the kid, did he? Extremes measures didn't seem like they were going to help here. Let him go. Take me instead. Stupid. You don't get it, lady. You're not giving orders. You'll do what I say. I could endanger the hostage if I agitate the gunman any further. I need to buy time until backup arrives. I put my gun on the ground. I'll comply with your demands, but please don't threaten the boy anymore. What a brave girl, but how do I know you don't have any more weapons? How original. Oh, I know. Hey, take off your clothes. What? What's wrong? Can't do it? Of course, I didn't want to go along with their absurd demands, but as long as the hostage was being threatened by an unstable individual at gunpoint, I understand. I clenched my teeth and begrudgingly took off my jacket. How frustrating. There wasn't a thing I could do instead of comply with their filthy demands. You could have shot him. I wanted to save the hostage from harm, but I couldn't. I was so frustrated. If only I was stronger. Stronger? You could have shot him. Hey, hurry up and strip or this kid will die. The threat struck fear into the boy's face. My justice is... Just then I saw something black and wrapped in cloth descend from above. Gah. It landed squarely on the gunman's head. What the... Ow. The man dropped his gun and crouched down before anyone realized. Good work. It's gonna be okay. I heard a voice next to my ear and someone placed the coat I'd shed onto my shoulders. Then a shadow charged in front of me. I watched from behind as a flash of reddish hair raced towards the two thugs. Enomoto. Da-da-da! I can do it. Ah! Enomoto seized the man who had been clutching his head by the collar and slammed him to the ground with a shoulder throw. Then he whirled on the other man without even pausing for breath. We have a... Before the man could use the hostage as a shield, Enomoto struck him with a roundhouse kick.
こいつは返してもらうぜ。
I'll be taking him back. Enomoto freed the boy from the captor and stood in front of me.
てめえら、相手が悪かったな。
You picked the wrong guy to mess with.
こいつは俺の大事な相棒だ。手を出そうもんなら黙っちゃいね。
This is my partner. You can't touch her and get away with it.
コーナーにつくんならこれくらいで勘弁してやる。けどな。
I can cuff you and you'll go to jail without a
もし
beating
まだやる
or
ってんならその腐った少年ごと叩き直す。
if you feel like resisting, I'll gladly beat the crap out of you. Enomoto. I thought that Enomoto's usual blushing self-deprecating manner was endearing and adorable, but now, with him protecting me so skillfully, his back seemed so wide. Before he carried me, and now he showed me when I least expected it and saved me from a terrible situation. I wish you could save yourself one of these days. That's pretty cool. He was like the superheroes on the shows I used to watch on TV with
Yeah.
Kazuki.
やっぱ反省したとこで絶対に許さね
You know what? No, I don't think I can forgive you after
え。
all.
少
Eh?
年叩き直すじゃ生ぬるいよな。よし
Kicking the crap out of you ain't
全力で
enough.
叩きのめしてやる。
I'm gonna pound you two into dust.
金脅し取ろうっつうのも最低最悪だが。てめえら。
You're already scum for robbing people, but then you messed with my partner.
捨て身で助けに入った女のこいつに服を脱げっつったよな。
You tried to make the woman who beat herself up for me to help me strip for you?
何しようとしやがったんだこれ。ことと次第によっちゃ5体満足で返してやらねえぞ。歯食いしばれ。
What the hell do you think you're doing? I don't think I'll be satisfied even sending you home in 5 pieces. Step up to your beatdown. Enomoto, calm
いや
down.
落ち着けるか。男の風上にも置けねえクソ野郎どもが。おいてめえら。黙ってねえでなんとか。
Nope, I can't. You assholes are filthier than literal assholes. Hey, say something, you... Huh? Enomoto finally realized that the men had passed out.
しまった。やりすぎちまったか。
Damn, I hit harder than I realized. The other man he had kicked was still doubled over in pain.
星野、今のうちに手錠かけとけ。
Oh, Shino, let's cuff him now. All right. Just as we handcuffed the suspects, Michido ran into the alleyway. Mochida.
星野
Hoshino!
見たところ場
Mochida!
は収まったようだが、お前には待機を命じていたはずだぞ。
You were, you
なぜ連絡
said
しなか
you'd
った？
be, but I thought I told you to stand by. Why didn't you call me? I'm sorry, they had a gun trained on a hostage, so I had to intervene. Darn it. I braced myself for a scolding, but Enomoto
い
interrupted.
や、星野一人じゃありません。これも作戦のうちだったんです。
Hoshino didn't rush in alone. This was all part of the plan. And you
6月ま
are?
で新宿署の第二機動捜査隊に所属していました。榎本峰夫です。
I mean, Mineo Enomoto. I was with the field ops team too until last June.
機動捜査隊
The field ops team? Mochida's eyes widened and he stood up a little
失礼しまし
straighter.
た。私は新宿署の特殊地域防犯対策室、持田正信と申します。
I apologize. I'm Mashinobu Mochida, the SRCPO in
榎
Shinjuku.
本さん、先ほどの作戦というのはどういうことなのかご説明いただけますか？
Mr. Enomoto, would you mind filling me in on the plan you were referring
は
to?
い。星野とは親交があって、今日も会う約束をしてたんです。
Yeah, I'm friends with Hoshino. We were supposed to meet up
それで
today.
待ち合わせ場所に向かっていたところ、銃声を聞きつけまして。
On the way to meet up with her, I happened to hear a
彼女が
gunshot.
一足先に現場に着きましたが、人質救出のためには、
She was already on the scene trying to rescue a
犯人の
hostage.
注意が星野に向いていたおかげで、俺が隙をつき人質を救出。二人で犯人を確保した次第です。
Hoshino distracted the suspects long enough for me to secure the hostage. We restrained both of the criminals. But he's the one who helped me. Feeling uncertain, I kept my mouth shut. Enomoto looked at me.
犯人は人質を盾にすることで、完全に自分の方が優勢だと思ってた。
When the suspects were using the hostage as a shield, they thought they had the upper
安心してたから
hand.
こそ隙をつけたんだ。
お前の行動は無駄なんかじゃない。
In their arrogance, they got careless. Your efforts weren't in vain. I felt my entire face heat up once Enomoto said
銃を
that.
持った相手にひるまなかった。屈辱的な要求も飲もうとした。
You didn't flinch in the face of armed foes. You even swallowed your
どんな経験
humiliation.
積んでる警察官だって土壇場で行動に出られるやつはそう多くね。
There aren't many officers who conduct themselves like you, no matter how veteran they are.
さすがこの俺をうならせた根性の持ち主だ。
As expected for the woman who restoked my fire, your courage saved the hostage. Enomoto's expression cracked, unable to keep down the emotions that had welled up. I'd been intent on saving the hostage, but there was no guarantee that I'd succeed. If I had made one wrong move, both the hostage and I would likely have lost our lives. Enomoto, thank you. Enomoto gave me a troubled smile as I tearfully gave him my thanks.
怖かったよな。もう大丈夫だ。
You must have been scared. It's okay now.
お前が無事で。
I'm so glad you're okay. Those words made me cry even more. Are you crying? It's all your fault.
俺のせい？もう
Oh, my,
ほら
my
な
fault.
ぜだって
Come on, don't cry.
せっかくの可愛い顔が台無しじゃねえか。
Such a waste to see that cute face of yours in tears.
だな。こういう時は。そうだ、ハンカチ。確か上着のポケットに。
Situation is this, right? A handkerchief. I should have one of those in my coat pockets.
そういや、上着ぶん投げてそのまま
Well,
だった。
that's right. I threw it. You threw it?
ほら犯人の頭に落ちたやつ。あれ上着に石入れて投げたんだ。
Yeah, that thing that hit the guy's head. I wrapped it around a rock and threw it. I recall the black object that had struck the man from above. That could have killed him. Bold as always. He had saved me, so I couldn't complain. I mean, you can. That was who he was. His experience as a cop led him to make those decisions.
ちょいたまな。今すぐ上着取ってくるから。
Wait, time out. I gotta get my jacket. As I watched Enomoto run over and fumble with his jacket, I could stifle a giggle.
笑い事じゃないぞ、星野。
Damn it, this isn't funny, Hoshino.
連絡がつかないし、お前に何かあったんじゃないかと気が気じゃなか
You
ったん
didn't
だ
call me. I was so worried. I thought something terrible had happened to you. I'm sorry.
榎本さんの言い分を聞いた後じゃ怒るに怒れない。
It's fine. Mr. Enomoto explained things, so I'm not
お前の根
angry.
性には俺も驚かされた。だが、もうこんな無茶は許さんからな。
Your courage surprised me, but don't pull a stunt like that again. Yes, sir. Enomoto came running back, jacket in hand, and when he saw that my tears had stopped, he looked sad as if he was too late.
それじゃ俺は彼を家に送り届けてくる。
We'll escort the boy back home to make sure he gets there safe. Mochida gestured to the boy, who bowed to Enomoto and me.
本当にありがとうございました。正直、警察って頼りないと思ってたけど、
Thank you so much. Honestly, I thought the police were unreliable.
すっごくかっこよかったです。
But that was really cool, man.
いや俺はもう現役じゃないし。
Nah, I'm retired. Enomoto mumbled bashfully as the boy stared up at him with twinkling eyes.
特になりたいものとかなかったんです。でも、警察官っていいなって。
I had no idea what kind of career I wanted, but being a cop might not be a good
ああいう風
idea.
に今度は僕も誰かを助けられたらいい
I
なっ
hope I
て
get
思
the
いまし
chance
た
to。save someone like that one day. That was exactly what I thought
その気持
once.
ち忘れずに頑張れよ。
Good luck. Don't forget that feeling. Enomoto seemed happy as he clapped the boy on the shoulder.
なんかここまで来るのに随分遠回りしちまったな。
I feel like it's been a long journey to get back here. I'm sorry.
いやさっきのことじゃなくてさ。
No, I wasn't talking about that thing just now.
先輩が死んじまってからずっと時間が止まってる感覚だったんだよ。
I feel like time stopped for me ever since Fuji
ただ
died.
時間が過ぎてくのを待って思い出すのも向き合うのも怖くて。
I was just waiting
で
for
も完
time to
全に忘れ
pass.
ることもできなくて。
Afraid to face the past, yet unable to forget it
あの
completely.
日からずっと一人で取り残された気分になってた。
I felt like I was left all alone ever since that day. Inamoto's eyes stared into the distance, were very
で
calm.
もお前のおかげでやっと最初の一歩が踏み出せる。
But thanks to you, I've taken a step back onto the right path.
当時の現
Enomoto.
場資料を見たんだったな。 お前の意見
You saw the files of the murders. I want to hear your
俺に
opinion.
遠慮とかする必要ねえからな。お前は俺の相棒だろ
You。don't have to hold back. I'm your partner, remember? Yes. I sat with Enomoto on a bench and recounted my conversation with Sadake. The video broadcast in May supposedly shows 4 officers being executed, but I think that the culprit was only after Fuji from the
どう
start.
してそう思う
What makes you say that? Well, there was only one body at the scene because only one body was found at the scene.
確かに4人のうち先輩だけを残したのは違和感があるし、何か意味はあると思うぜ。
Something felt off about one victim being left at the scene. I think it means something.
先輩に対してだけ怨恨があったって根拠にはならない。
Fine. The number. Because the Roman numerals were written in Fuji's blood. To Adonis, the Roman numeral countdown is very important, so the culprit's true aim wasn't to judge all 4 sinners, but specifically to cast judgment on Detective Fuji, I believe.
そうだな。なのに罪人4名の裁きを装った。
Yeah, they framed it as the judgment of 4 sinners.
最初のメッセージとしては、あくまで警察への反感を煽ることと、国民への周知を目的としてたんだろう。
The first message was probably out of animosity directed at the police and as propaganda meant to sway the
一人
public.
裁いただけじゃ、ただの死刑に思われる。けど複数にしたことで、他にもこういう人間がもっといるんじゃないかと思わせることもでき
A
る。
single victim might make it feel personal, but there were multiple victims, so that means it might be part of a larger
裁きの正
conspiracy.
当性を主張すること。そして本来のターゲットだった藤井先輩を殺すこと。どっちも果たしたってわけだ。
If they're emphasizing judgment as a concept, then murdering Detective Fuji, the original target, would serve both of their goals, which brings us to the whereabouts of the other 3 captives.
俺が警察にいた頃は、生存の可能性は限りなく低いって言われてた。
When I was in the force, the chances of their survival was said to be extremely low. Oh no.
けど、テロの正当性を主張したいなら、その場で殺せばよかったはずだ。
It wouldn't have altered their message if they had killed all of them right
藤井
there.
先輩がメインターゲットだとしても、アドニスにとっちゃ、他のやつも罪人に変わりねえ。殺すことをためらう理由は。
Even if Fuji was their main target, to Adonis, all of these officers were sinners. There's no reason to
そ
hesitate
れ
in
をし
killing
なかっ
them.
たのには、何か意味があるんじゃねえかって思う。
There has to be something significant to the fact that they didn't do that. Do you think that the other 3 are being kept for some other purpose?
わかんねえけど、
I don't know.
あれだけ用意周到な計画的犯罪をこなしてきた
But
奴らだ。
these crimes have all
意味
been
のないことはしない気がする
meticulously carried out with elaborate planning. I doubt that anything was accidental. It's true for the blood numbers too, but I found that the condition of the scene after Fuji's body to be interesting. Fuji moved to the location where he was finally killed on his own.
ああ。5月の動画じゃ、椅子に座らせたまま殺したように見せてただけで。
In the video, it showed the captives being executed in their chairs.
殺す前に藤井先輩の拘束を解いて、逃げようとするところを追い詰めたんだろうな。
In reality, Fuji was untied before he died. He was pursued and killed while trying to get
わ
away.
ざと助かるかもしれないって思わせて、先輩が逃げ惑い。
On purpose, to give him hope of escape, they let him run, enjoying his fear. The suspect may be a deranged individual. The file I read indicates that too. I could tell from... I'm going to say the bullet holes because that feels right. There were multiple bullet holes surrounding Fuji's body. Based on that, we can tell that the killer directed Fuji over to the wall and then executed him.
犯人と藤井先輩がどんな言葉を交わしたのかはわからね
We have no way of knowing what the killer was saying to Fuji.
え。わざと相手の恐怖を煽って、死の直前までいたぶって殺すとか。
But it doesn't sound like he agrees with me.
そう
Hang
する
on.
ことだぜ。
The words in the May video. The criminal's words in the May video. Hmm? It was serious for most of it, but then right at the end. Remember this name. May this world become a paradise. Didn't they say that? It's like their speech style suddenly changed. The killer didn't feel the tiniest bit of remorse for their crimes.
まあそうだけどよ。あの声明の人物が実行犯かどうかはまだわからないだろ。
But we still don't know if the killer was the... that was true. Now that he pointed it out. I'm so not sure, man. Do any of these answers matter? Tell me. Tell me that the killer directly did live it up. But it's...
死の直前までいたぶって殺すとか最低なクソ野郎のすることだぜ。
Certainly looks like they scared him and then killed him when he was terrified. We're dealing with the worst kind of scum. Fuji's cause of death had been massive blood loss from a gunshot wound to the heart. The manner of killing indicates that the killer held a considerable grudge against Fuji. The mistaken arrest are what stands out the most in Fuji's history. But the police already investigated those. Everyone had watertight alibis. Yes, they did, but that was true at the time. The situation was changing now.
マジだ、バカ頭。つまり
Dun 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 dun. There has been X-Day crimes this month. I recalled what Sasuke said. The victim of December had been a developer on the online game from the August murder, and the victim of the December 8th had a history of stalking, just like the stalker killed in July. Based on that, suspicion fell on people who had perfect alibis last time, but not this month. Just because they had an alibi at the time doesn't mean we can rule them out as innocent. What's your basis for your conjecture? It's not what he said. All of the strongest suspects in the other monthly crimes had alibis. It'd be too obvious for the people who had strong motives to commit the murder directly. The smartest play would be gouging Fuji into suicide. Yep, that's it. That's the answer. Murder via an unrelated conspirator. So maybe Fuji was killed by an agent of Adonis who was unrelated. A search for likely suspects would start with related persons. Choosing killers who have no relation to the victims would expand the search for suspects by a lot. You're saying that someone killed Fuji for the person who held a grudge against him. I thought I was saying that. That's the natural conclusion. That would mean the other monthly homicides were also substitute murders. That's what I said! That explains how they all have perfect alibis. Adonis is using people with motives to commit murders in order to set up substitute killings, but doesn't that make the May incident slightly unusual? What's unusual about it? The killer clearly had an obsession. It wasn't just the bullet hole. It's not just the bizarre nature of the killer. It is weird now that I think about it. If it was someone entirely unrelated, they went way above and beyond. Clearly they enjoyed the kill, but it's hard to imagine that Adonis would choose someone to carry out this killing. Thinking about the murders of the 7th and 8th of the month, they were committed as revenge for people who were hurt in the past. If Adonis facilitated these killings as part of a larger plan to show justice, then they wouldn't select people who merely wanted to kill out of bloodlust. I think so too. So what does it all mean? If there are people with motives but have perfect alibis. The substitute murder theory makes sense. The killer had no relation to
で
Fuji.
も藤井先輩の殺され方を見る限り実行犯は強い恨みを持っていた可能性が
But
高
from
い
the way that Fuji was killed, it's very likely that the killer had a grudge towards him.
やべえ頭こんがらがって
Crap,
きた
I'm getting a headache. Me too. The person with motive to kill Fuji had asked someone else to kill him. But that substitute killer was also someone who held an intense grudge against Fuji. Then who were we looking for? Maybe we should ask Shirashi.
素直にアドバイスくれるとは思えねえけど
I don't think he'd give us a straight answer.
一旦俺たちの考えを話せばヒントくらいはもらえるかもな
That's not a straight answer. You're not wrong. But if we tell him what we've come up with, he might at least give us some hints. Enomoto nodded. After a short pause, I spoke. There's still a lot we don't know, but it's certain that there was a strong desire to kill Fuji in the motion.
けどそれは
Yeah.
藤井先輩がそれだけのことをしちまったって証明でもある
There also has to be an explanation for why they did that to him. Although he hadn't aggressively pursued the investigation, Enomoto was sure to have spent time thinking about the killer. And whenever he thought about Fuji, it must hurt. I wanted to know more about Fuji and the abduction and the other police officers, but I didn't want to rush. I thought Enomoto would wait until he was comfortable with telling me more.
藤井先輩のことだけどさ
So about Detective Fuji. Well, Enomoto opened and shut his mouth a few times, as if he wasn't sure where to begin. Enomoto. His fists were on his lap, clenched and trembling. It was enough to make my chest tense up as well. Even if it's necessary, it must hurt to talk about a painful past you don't want to remember. How can I help? I reached out and placed my hand over Enomoto's trembling fist. His eyes were watery. It's okay, Enomoto, you're not alone. Why are you thinking all this? I looked at him, imbuing my gaze with feelings. Do I get to see what that looks like? Thanks, Hoshino. Enomoto quietly smiled. Then his hand stopped
今朝も
shaking.
話したけどさ俺って刑事ドラマ見て警察目指しただろ
I told you this morning that I wanted to be a cop because I watched a drama on
で
TV,
も
right?
実際になってみたら憧れだけで続くほど楽な仕事じゃなくて
But when it actually happened, it wasn't the easy job that I thought it
能
would
天
be.
気バカな俺でもちょっと挫折っていうか落ち込むこともちょくちょくあったわけ
Even an airheaded idiot like me was discouraged more often than now. I was depressed. Oh my goodness.
けどそんな時が決まって藤井先輩が声かけてくれてさ
But no matter what, Fuji was always there for
飴
me.
とムチっつうのあれがうまいんだ俺のいいとこめちゃくちゃ褒めてくれてさ
The carrot and the stick, I think it worked. He would always praise my good points.
頭ごなしに怒るんじゃなくてそれを長所に変えてみせろって助言してくれ
As if my weaknesses, he didn't just criticize me. As for my weaknesses, he didn't just criticize me, but he encouraged me to turn them into strengths. I think I can understand. Mochi does a lot like that too.
おーあの人かうん言われてみりゃ雰囲気似てるかもしんね
Ah, that guy. He felt kind of similar now that you mentioned it.
先輩の正義はまっすぐだった
Fuji's sense of justice was
些細
straightforward.
なことも見逃したくない被害者を一人でも減らしたいってのが口癖で
Let no detail escape your notice. He loved to say he was happy to prevent one
そ
victim.
のために努力は惜しまない人だった上から小さな事件にこだわりすぎるなって言われても事件に優劣なんてないって短歌切ってたな
For that, he spared no effort. People said he had no sense of priority, but every crime, big or small, was the same to him. He sounds really cool.
先輩の背中を見てこの人みたいになりたいなってみせるって
Whenever I watched him from a distance, I wanted to be him. I'd show everyone I
ただそ
could.
れだけを考えて前だけを見てきた
So I always looked forward with that in
一緒
mind.
の先輩の正義を疑ったこと
I
なんて
never
ない
doubted Fuji's justice, not
正
even
義は
once.
決して悪に屈しないから
Justice could never lose to evil, just a
バカみた
fool.
いにそう信じてたんだ
Like a fool, I completely believe that.
でも先輩がアドニスに捕まって不祥事を暴露されて殺されて
Then Adonis captured Fuji, exposed all his dirty laundry, and killed him.
先輩が無実じゃないって証明されても俺は納得できなくて調べ続けた
Even after it was proven that he wasn't totally innocent, I refused to accept it and kept
なんで
digging.
五輪逮捕なんて起こしたんだ逮捕まで行くには根拠があったんだろうし先輩なりの考えがあったはずだ
Why did he make those false arrests? There had to be evidence, and he must have had a reason, I thought.
先輩のことだから被害者のこと考えすぎて正義のために突っ走っちまったのかもしれねえきっとそうだ
Maybe he
So,
sympathized too much with the victims and strayed a little far from his justice. That had to be it. I was convinced that was it.
でも真実は
But the truth was completely different. Enomoto's voice trembled and he bit his lip. Enomoto?
先輩の家族から聞いたんだ先輩は
I heard it straight from his
出世のため
family.
に焦ってたって
He was desperate for promotion.
もたもたしてたら後輩に追い抜かれる手柄をあげなきゃって
He was
話してたらしい
worried his juniors would outrank him. He talked about needing more accomplishments.
当時
Ah.
署内でささやかれてた噂も聞いちまった
Back then I heard rumors in the police
藤井
department.
先輩は
Detective
誤認逮捕を
Fuji
起こす少し前から俺が起訴に取り立てられたことを妬んでた
Shortly before the arrest, he had gotten jealous of my assignment to field ops.
あの誤認逮捕は先輩が嘘の証言をしたことが原因だったんだ
Fuji trumped up false charges just to get his
なん
arrest
で
up.
嘘なんてついたのかそれは手柄を得るため
Why did he do it? To earn accommodation and a promotion?
功績を上げるため
Because he wanted to outrank me. Oh no.
俺が起訴に取り立てられた時先輩は自分のことのように喜んでくれたでも内心は違ってたのかもしれない
When I joined the field ops, Fuji seemed happy for me as if he had gotten the promotion himself, but maybe that's not how he felt
な
inside.
のに俺は先輩に褒められて有頂天になって
I was just too busy soaking up his praise to notice how he really felt. But
分かって
that's...
るそんなの俺に一番気づかれたくないはずだ
I know. I would have been the last person to notice.
それでも
But still, I couldn't help but think that.
先輩が死んだのは
I don't know if that's the same
俺
one.
のせいだって
Fuji died because of me.
でっち上げしてまで手柄を得ようとしなきゃ先輩が死ぬことはなかった
If he hadn't tried so hard to get that promotion, he never would have been
俺の
killed.
存在が先輩を歪ませたんじゃないか
Maybe I'm the one who
俺
twisted
さ
him.
えいなければ先輩の正義が歪むことなんてなかったんじゃないか
If not for me, maybe Fuji's justice would never have been. If not for me, maybe Fuji's justice would never have gotten prevented.
そしたら今も先輩はくったくなく笑いながら生きてたんじゃないか
If so, maybe, just maybe he'd still be around for me to hear that carefree laugh. That's not. Man, she does not talk.
考えたって意味ねえことは分かってる
It's just a hypothetical. I know there's no use in dwelling on it.
けど
But Enomoto was squeezing my hand hard. He clung to me so tightly that it hurt. But he was the one who was hurting so badly that he wanted to scream in agony. So I looked into his eyes. I would accept all of his words and pain, and was all I could do to help. Wait, did she say eyes? It was all I could do to help him climb out of his pit of despair. Enomoto looked at me quietly for a while and then finally let go.
ごめん手痛かったよな
Sorry, that must have hurt. No, this is nothing at all. I'm not only here because I wanted to talk about the case. I don't even really need to be directly involved in the investigation. Your feelings about the murders, the feelings that you keep locked up inside, I'm not entirely sure how much I can help with those, but I think we can figure it out together. You
くそ。自分が情けなくて嫌になる。
I hate how pathetic I feel. Enomoto smiled bitterly, and then his expression hardened.
先輩が死んだのは俺のせいなんじゃないか。
I've always been trapped and terrified by the thought that Fuji's died because of
どうしよう
me.
もなく怖くて。先輩にも事件にも向き合えなくなった。
I was so scared that I couldn't face Fuji or his
ビビったん
murder.
だ。俺。全部忘れて逃げ出したくなっちまった。
I was a chicken. I wanted to forget it all and run away. But you didn't run away, But you didn't run, did you? That's why you're suffering so much now. You live at the office because you want to face the truth, even if it hurts. Yeah.
自分が見えてなかった藤井先輩の一面を知ったのはショックだったよ。
I was shocked to discover the dark side of Fuji that I never
けど
knew.
それ以上にあんな残酷な方法で殺されたことが理解できなかった。
But more than that, I couldn't understand why he'd be killed in such a savage
ハー
manner.
レスは裁きだとかこの国を再生するための正義って言ってたけどよ。
Adonis talks about judgment and justice being needed to revive Japan, but
あんなのが正義なわけあるか。
what kind of bullshit justice is that? Enomoto pounded the bench and glared at the sky.
先輩がどうして罪を犯したのか。本当は俺のことどう思ってたのか。
Why did Fuji commit that sin? What did he really think of
先輩を
me?
失っちまった今、真相は永遠にわからない。
Now that he's
知る
dead,
術もない。
I'll never know the truth. I have no way of
謝るこ
knowing.
とも怒ることも
I can't even apologize or be angry at
裁
him.
きだ。そんな正義があってたまるか。
Judgment?
あんなの
How is that judgment?
殺戮だ。
That's not justice. That's just butchery. Enomoto turned to me, fuming with pent-up feelings of rage.
星野、俺はな、どんな理由があろうと、藤井先輩を殺した奴を許せない。
Hoshino, I'll never forgive Fuji's killer, no matter what their
許
reasons
す
were.
わけにいかねえんだ。
I could never forgive
絶
them.
対に、
Ever.
絶対にこの手で償わせてやる。
I'm going to make them pay. In the moonlight, Enomoto looked like he was glaring at a killer that wasn't there. I didn't know what to say to him when he was so terrifyingly grim, but I couldn't take my eyes off of him.
捜査に本腰入れてなかった分、これから巻き返さないといけねえな。
I have to make up for all the times I wasted chickening out of this investigation.
猫の手も借りたいわけだ。
Now I'll be so busy that I'd even welcome the help of a cat.
星野、俺に
Hoshino, will you help me? The hand that had trembled in fear of the murder and shock as it raged against the killer was now extended towards me. I should be the one asking you. I took his hand. I'll do my best not to slow you down.
あ、よろしく頼むぞ。
Thanks a lot, partner. I returned Enomoto's grin with a smile. It was a roundabout journey, but now we were finally standing in the same place. We're gonna pause here then. I was hoping it would be the end of the chapter. But that's a good ending for now. It has been my mark that I said I was gonna play until. Alrighty, well, we're learning more about Enomoto, a little bit about X Days. I feel like it was the bunny girl, the one that killed me in the other storyline, because she was a big fan of the singer, because if he was arrested and it was not whatever, then she would be a fangirl who would want to kill that person because she killed me just for talking to him, so. Seems like something she might do. We'll find out hopefully in the next chapters. But thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to see my older videos on Caller X Malice, you can find them on my YouTube channel. And if you're on YouTube, you can see my newer videos on Twitch. Thank you very much. Have a great day.